So yeah, this one's a crazy one. Yeah, judging by the title. So I thought I talked about this back in 2015, but I guess I didn't. So yeah, let's talk about this. So today's story time all takes place in 2015. Now, around this time, all I was really doing was streaming on Twitch. That's pretty much like all I did at the time. I was finally starting to get some viewers on there, and things were going really good for me. And I was like just kind of addicted to streaming, and that's all I really would do. And one night at 2 in the morning, on a school night, I definitely should have been in bed, but it's probably good that I wasn't because this made for a great story. But yeah, I was streaming at 2 in the morning on a school night. I had about 50 viewers, which was huge for me at the time. And I was live just playing some MW2, just like going for trick shots, and I was quick scoping and just doing what everyone would do back then. And this kid comes in the chat, right? And the first thing he types is my first and last name. Now, back then, my name wasn't public. People knew my name was Austin, but they didn't know my last name. So when he put Austin blank, I was like, huh, he knows my last name. That's kind of weird. Maybe it's somebody that I know. But I just ignored it because I didn't really want to give him any attention because I just, it was weird, right? Well, after I ignored him, he puts another message in the chat. This time, it was my address. Now I start getting a little bit scared because I realize that this kid doesn't really have good intentions. It's just some like weirdo stalker guy on Twitch, maybe some hacker type dude, and I don't really know what he's going to do. So I keep ignoring him, and I ban him from the chat because I didn't want him to type any more personal information in the chat and give my viewers personal information about me, right? So I ban him, I keep going with my stream, try and just move on and ignore it, and about 20 minutes later, he comes back. This time with the same stuff, puts my address in, puts my name in, and he types a little message underneath, and it says, "Stop ignoring me." So I ban him again, and I keep ignoring him because I don't want to give this weirdo any attention. And he comes back almost instantly this time. Like a minute later, he had another account, comes in the chat, says, "Stop banning me or else." And I ban him again because I don't want to have him in my chat. And you could probably guess what happens next. He made another account, comes back in the chat again. This time he's threatening me. He's like, "If you ban me one more time, I'm swatting your ass." Now, believe it or not, at this time, I had already been swatted twice, so I wasn't really too scared of that because I knew what to expect, and the police also knew what to expect because they knew me. So I was like, whatever, and I banned him again because I just didn't care. Sure enough, 15 minutes later, I get a knock on my front door, and I knew it was going to be the cops. But like I said, the cops knew me, and I knew them at this point. So they would never show up with like the full SWAT team now because they knew me and I knew them, and they knew that the calls were always bullshit. So I went upstairs, I opened the front door. There was two police officers. They're just standing there. I open the door, I say hello. They were like, "Yeah, we got another call about you. We knew it was probably fake, but we have to respond just to make sure you're okay. You all good?" I was like, "Yep, I'm all good." They're like, "All right, have a good one." And they turn around and they start walking away down the driveway. Now, as they're walking away, one of them turns around and goes, "Hey, real quick, what's your YouTube channel? I want to look you up and watch you." And I didn't want to really give this guy my channel because the type of stuff I talk about on this channel is just very, not the best stuff and also kind of embarrassing. So I was just like, Luna. And he's like, "Okay, cool, I'm going to look you up." Now that kind of sucked because, like I said, I had been swatted twice before, and they knew I did YouTube. And like they knew I did gaming videos, but they didn't really know about like the commentary topics and all the crazy stuff I would talk about and just a whole bunch of stuff. And sure enough, yeah, now they knew my channel name. So after this, they went back to the police station. I went back to streaming, and the rest of that night was very normal, right? Nothing out of the ordinary. I told my chat that I had to go, talk to someone real quick. I didn't tell him I got swatted because I didn't want to give that weirdo hacker any attention. Even though he probably knew what happened, I still just didn't want to tell him that he won. So anyway, fast forward. The next day, I went live again. I was streaming again, this time at like midnight, doing the same thing, playing Call of Duty, MW2, just late at night, going for some gameplay. I can't lie, I was a little bit worried that weirdo was going to come back in the chat and swat me again, but I was trying my best to not think about it because I just wanted to have a good stream. So about 30 minutes into the stream, everything's going good, everything's going fine, and sure enough, I hear a knock on my door upstairs. This time, there wasn't even any warning from the kid in the chat. He wasn't going to threaten to swat me or anything, he just did it. I went upstairs, peeked through the window, sure enough, it's the police again. My mom woke up, she was like, "What's that, who's there?" And I was like, "Nothing, don't worry about it, go back to bed, it's just, another prank call, I'm dealing with it." And she was like, "All right," and she went back to bed. I open up the front door, same 2 police officers as the night before. Literally the same 2 guys. I open the door, and this time, instead of being like, hey, we got a fake phone call again, the first officer, the one that I gave my YouTube channel to, goes, hey, Luna, how you doing? And I'm just like, hey, man, how are you? He's like, pretty good, pretty good. We got another call about you, as you could probably guess. And I was like, yeah, I figured. He's like, we're just responding. We have to. Just making sure you're okay. And I was like, yep, all good. Thank you very much. And, I went to shut the door because I thought we were going to, just end it there. And he goes, wait, hold on, one sec. And I was like, what's up? He's like, hey, I checked out your channel last night. And I was like, oh, no. And he's like, no. Like, don't worry. Your videos are good, man. They're really good. And immediately, I was super confused. Because, like, you guys know the crazy story times I talk about on this channel. And usually, I feel like police officers wouldn't really watch those. So I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, man, I watched like 10 of them. Like, they're really entertaining stories. And I still was confused. I thought he was messing with me. And I was like, you really like him? He's like, yeah. And I was like, even though I talk about some crazy stuff? He's like, dude, you're a kid. You're a teenager. Like, that's just what happens. Like, we all go through it. And I'm like, oh, well, thank you for understanding. He's like, yeah, of course, dude. They're awesome. Now, it probably helped that this guy was a little bit of a younger police officer. He wasn't like one of those cops that was like in the force for 50 years and, like was really old and boomerish. He was kind of like a new cop, and he was probably in like his early 30s. So he was definitely one of the younger ones. And yeah, he was really cool about it. And it made me kind of happy. And I was like, that's awesome. And he's just like, yeah, man, well, keep doing your thing. I'm going to keep watching. I was like, awesome. And then he turns around to walk away. And I go to shut the door again. And then he stops me again. He's like, wait, hold on. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? He goes, are you going to make a story time about this? And I was like, do you want me to? He's like, that'd be sweet. And I was like, yeah, I planned on it. He's like, hell yeah. And he turned around and he walked away and waved goodbye. And I shut the door. And I went back downstairs. And I just told my stream what happened. I didn't even care. I was like, yo, I just had the craziest swatting ever. And my whole chat was like, what happened? Like, did they, like, fucking arrest you or something? And I was like, no. Like, I'll tell you about it on YouTube soon. And I thought I made a video about it, but I didn't. I checked my whole channel. Never did. So here it is. So to all you people that were watching my Twitch stream in 2015 that want to know what happened, if you're still here, there you go. But yeah, moral of this story is swatting people is bad, and I guess never judge a book by its cover, I guess. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this story time and found it entertaining. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below, and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace.